My name is Chris Saltz, Managing Principal of Fix Consulting. With me are Mark Bevel, the CEO of the Totus Group, and Dave Kohler, Vice President of Marketing. The Totus Group has offices in Chicago, Milwaukee, and LA. We date back to 1976, work in the facilities of all industries, have over 2,500 controls and building automation system installations to date, and currently have roughly 100 full-time employees. Locally, we have a close relationship with UIC and Harper College, where we act as their technology consultant, helping both drive down costs and improve performance by specifying and sometimes installing truly open systems. More about that later. Bottom line, we make competition a reality and believe every vendor should earn your business daily. Enough about us. This is about the University of Chicago. And while we may be as biased as you, probably the top university in the world, we were asked to come and discuss your options for building automation systems. We have a handful of slides that should take less than 10 minutes to go through, simply to frame the discussion, but we hope to spend most of our time in a roundtable discussion, asking and fielding questions at the end. You may be considering one of three options to improve the quality of service you receive for building automation systems and reduce the cost of this service if possible. Number one, find other vendors that can work on the JCI and Siemens systems you have. Number two, find a third vendor, or maybe some combination of those two. Or, number three, explore an entirely different control strategy. Let us be completely upfront with you. We're believers in number three, and let me explain why. Because fully open means not only the ability for the software to handle open protocols, but also providing others with options for procuring all the necessary parts and tools, and therefore providing the building owner other options for procuring installation and service. This requires more than one qualified local vendor for the product. The problem with option number one, any new third party that suggests they have the working relationships with these two OEMs necessary to purchase from them at reasonable pricing and suggests that they have the ability to keep current on all training, software updates, and security bug patches is grossly misleading you. It doesn't exist. This industry is moving too fast. And the problem with number two, all that you really have now is a third single site monopoly brand. You've solved nothing. Before we talk more about option number three, a new control strategy, it makes sense to shift gears for a second and talk about the future of building automation first. I'm assuming you're familiar with the smartphone revolution that occurred beginning only 8 years ago with the release of the iPhone and Apple's open app developer market, which instantly exploded. Now you can order an Uber, reserve a table at a restaurant, or do all your banking with this device in your pocket right now from anywhere. But you can also communicate with your car or your house too. Make no mistake, without the open software applications vision, we would not have any of this yet. We think of it as easy now. Any child can add complex software to their phone in 15 seconds, integrating data instantly, and every smartphone manufacturer has followed Apple's lead. Isn't it time to expect the same from your BAS? The same ease of procurement, installation, and service after all these years? I'm guessing when the university needs a new app, there is no shortage of high-quality software developers at your doorstep. So it makes no sense to have one qualified BAS service company, regardless of the initial installer in a particular building. Back to option number three, a new control strategy. Should start with the right operating system. We believe the Niagara 4 by Tritium. This open platform is years ahead of everyone else in terms of integrations with other brands and even systems like lighting, elevators, and virtually anything. Niagara currently has nearly 500,000 installations worldwide since first released in 1999 and was purchased by Honeywell in 2005. Ready for a shocker? Here's a list of the Niagara certified controls contractors in Chicago. Many of the large OEMs on this list even have their own brand of Niagara open software. Why haven't they told you? You'll have to ask them. But now you have everything you need to be in control. Open protocols, open tools, and multiple procurement options. U of C can now demand quality. So what can Fix do for you? As a technology program manager, we help develop facility technology master plans, helping organizations get results. There is a myriad of things you need to do to get this right, but if you do, this shift will not only save you money on the very first project, but on the operation and maintenance of that building and every single project thereafter. And we haven't even begun to discuss the real value to U of C. Think back to the smartphone. Is the value in the operating system you're currently running on your phone? Or is it in the dozens of apps you use on a daily basis that have truly revolutionized the way you live? It's no different in building automation systems today. You do have choices. I could talk forever about what our clients are already doing. US Cellular has connected security cameras to facial recognition software to better know their fans. At Midway Airport, we integrated the BAS to an automated maintenance management software to reduce service labor requirements. Others have put space temperature control onto mobile phone apps, not for the building operators, but in the hands of the tenants. Steve Jobs once noted that the condor is the most efficient traveling animal on the planet, while a human is the least efficient. But give a human a bicycle, and now we're the most efficient. The computer is the bicycle for the mind. The possibilities are limitless. We would very much appreciate the opportunity to work with the University of Chicago to start the revolution on your campus.